All right, let's talk about emotional sex. Some of you guys might have never heard that concept. Emotional sex is when you experience a deep connection with a guy, and it's not just a physical connection, it's almost a spiritual connection where you feel an emotional connection. So what is it? Well, emotional sex is when you make prolonged eye contact in silence, and it's magnetic and you can't look away. And it becomes so intense that when your partner is not there, you don't think of sex. You think of the eye contact. And it's almost like you could almost imagine that. Imagine I'm the guy that you're having, that thing, emotional stuff. And when you see me in your memories, it's almost like this. Like it's almost like ring. That tells you that you're falling in love with me. Because you're not recalling me in an experience, walking around, fucking playing basketball, or you're not, oh, sorry about the cursing. You're not thinking about me doing extra activities. You don't think about me with sex. Now, the memories you have of me and the way you see me and is represented is almost like a saint. And the beauty about the way you recall me is that everything around me is very fuzzy, very light, and the colors and the brightness of the vision is very intense. It's almost like you're in heaven. And when you see me, everything is fuzzy except my mouth, my nose, and my eyes, which has the highest contrast. And it's almost like this. And it's almost that look hypnotizes you and gives you a very comforting, soft feeling, right? Let me put my shirt off, people, because I gotta take the shirt off. There you go. Because this is the clothes that I sell. I'm like, what am I doing a video without the sponsor of this channel, which is my clothing store that I make myself. I make this. And I put it in t-shirts and I sell it, but this is with pastels and stuff like that. If you guys want to check out more clothing of my channel, just click on the description down below and you'll see it. And don't forget, there's a free gift. Oh my God, he's turning white. There's a free gift on the description down below. It's an audiobook, an ebook about how to get a guy to chase. Just click on the description down below and you'll be able to get that free gift in your inbox, right? And so that he, on the other hand, will also experience that. But you gotta understand, be careful with guys that try to make this happen too soon. Be careful with guys that try to have emotional sex too soon. They're called the love bombers, right? Where they'll look at you and have strong eye contact and be like, oh my God, you're so incredible. Jesus Christ, I've never seen anyone like that. Don't believe him. He's seeing people like that. Don't believe him. What he is trying to do is that he's trying to hypnotize you, right? He's trying to hypnotize you through love bombing. And that is a sign that he might be a love bomber and a narcissist, right?
Let's quickly explain what a love bomber is and who does it work on the most. Because some people are just weak against this strategy because they were raised in narcissistic households. So it's a strategy that manipulators know that works a lot.
Love bombing is marked by an unusual intensity at the start of a relationship. A person showers their target with constant attention, praise, promises of a future, and excessive communication. The key sign is not affection itself, but the speed and intensity that feels disproportionate to the stage of connection.
That's why you control pace.
It works because the brain responds to novelty and reward. The sudden rush of validation floods the nervous system with dopamine and oxytocin, creating a fast emotional bond before trust can naturally develop. This bypasses the slower process of evaluating whether the partner is consistent or reliable.
It's a slow process.
It is most effective on people who already feel overlooked or undervalued. Those with low self-esteem, anxious attachment, or long periods of loneliness are especially vulnerable. They are primed to see the intensity as proof of worth, and their fear of abandonment makes them ignore red flags.
Oh, that's so true. Yep.
Love bombing creates dependency by linking self-worth to the bomber's attention, making withdrawal feel like rejection. This is why, once the intensity is pulled back, the target often chases harder, thinking they need to win back what was lost.
There's nothing to win.
It is not love, but conditioning, and it works best on those already searching for external validation.
And this is what cults use, actually. A lot of strategies that cults use are so effective, but they're so insidious and maladaptive and just horrible to the human spirit that it's like if you use it, then you're on your way to psychopathy and being crazy.
Any guy, any normal guy, this takes a few weeks to get to the point where they feel comfortable enough with you to make eye contact. Now, be careful, like I said, because a lot of the times people who are on the rebound will be more open to having emotional sex, right? Meaning they are longing for that connection they had. You know, when you're with someone, it's an incredible feeling having a connection with someone. And so you start to crave it like a crackhead craving crack. You start to desire it. You start to fantasize about it. And that becomes really addictive. And you start to, it's almost like a baby elephant who loses its mom. And so it'll start going after other elephants and say, hey, can you be my mommy? Can you be my mommy? And elephants are like, "Arr! Arr!" And a baby little freaking Bambi who's about to get eaten is like, "Arr! Nobody loves me, arr!" Right? And so that's how some people are, where they just got dumped, but they were high on love. And so rather than recover, they go after somebody else and like, and they no, you don't have it, no? Okay, how about you? And they seek someone who could be hypnotized by the eye contact. Be careful with those, right? Now, how do you create the emotional sex? Well, it's very simple. You just have to wait. Just spend boring time together. It's not about what you do with them that creates the intensity. It's really a product of spending time, and then most importantly, that he has the seed to love you. Some people can never love you. It's just that simple. They can never love you. Something in them, like me, I can never like freaking squid. Sorry, I gotta stop cursing on this channel. F Squidward, okay? I don't like squid. And so in me, there's a DNA that says, not squids. And so why? I don't know. I just don't like squid. They look too squishy. I don't like squishy stuff. And so, I was about to say something gay. I'm not attracted to that. And so some people, you're squid to them. Why? I don't know. I mean, why is it that I prefer burgers over pizza? I don't know. It's not like pizza is better than burger or vice versa. I just like it because it's in my DNA, right? And so that's really the explanation to most of this, right? Is that the reason why they don't like you, right? It has nothing to do with you, you know? It has more to do with the fact that you're just, I can never love you. And sometimes you can even be their type. Sometimes they can find you attractive, but it's just like, it's not there, right? They'll see you for like a week or two, and they're like, I don't feel a spark. And that's a natural thing, and you have to accept that, right? This is something that doesn't make a man love you, but if you recognize it through the way, if you recognize the importance of emotional sex, you could potentially use it to accelerate what's already there, right? To accelerate the fact that he has a capacity to love you, right? And so after a few weeks of just having boring time, right? That means you go on dates, but most of the activities you have are very simple. You eat together, you cook together, you go on walk, you kick toddlers, you know, you do simple things. And so what happens is that after a month or two, those memories they change. The brain changes those memories to amplify the experience, right? As you're falling in love with them, the type of memories they have of you will be shifted and changed, because remember, you don't remember exactly what happened. You remember based on your emotional state. So as you fall in love with them, you stop remembering those great moments. You do remember great moments, but they become a secondary memory. The primary memory of them is this. You're thinking about them, now you're thinking about them, and this is how they look at you. And each time this happens, you feel like you're in love even more. And you almost feel like you're looking at your parents. A very similar regressive sensation of a creepy child looking at his baby, at his mom as if when he's a baby, and just looking like a cookie caca, cookie caca. And the mom is like, oh, look at my cute little little cute little baby. And I'm like, that is not a cute baby, man. That's an ugly ass baby. And you're like, isn't he cute, Father Alex? Like in Seinfeld, like, yeah, he's a cute baby. Cookie caca, cookie. Right? Just making eye contact. And that could promise you that baby is high. That baby is high off of that feeling that his mom gives him. And so that feeling, that sensation is something really primal in humans.
When someone disappears from your life, your brain doesn't store them away neatly. It does the opposite. It amplifies the memories. The moments you shared, even small ones, start to glow brighter in hindsight. A simple dinner, a short conversation, the way they looked at you in passing, all of it gets replayed, polished, and exaggerated. That's nostalgia at work, and it's not an accident. It's the brain's survival mechanism. Here's why. The reward system is built on contrast. When a source of pleasure or comfort is no longer present, the brain doesn't let you forget. It intensifies the memory to create longing, almost like hunger pains when you haven't eaten. This is designed to drive you back toward what once gave you reward. It's the same way your brain makes food taste better when you're starving, or why you can almost smell a cigarette when you're trying to quit. In absence, the mind doesn't stay neutral, it magnifies. That's why you find yourself missing someone more than makes logical sense. The brain is reinforcing the highlights and muting the lows. It's a distortion. The late nights they ignored you fade into the background, while the rare tenderness plays on loop. This isn't truth. It's the brain engineering desire by amplifying selective memory. And here's the dangerous part. People who understand this instinctively can use it as strategy. By pulling away, by creating gaps, they let your mind do the work for them. The silence makes you replay the good, exaggerate the bond, and crave reunion. Nostalgia becomes their weapon. You suffer in the absence, and when they return, the relief feels overwhelming. This is why absence can be more powerful than presence. The brain doesn't sit still when someone's gone. It paints them larger, brighter, more important than they really were, not because they changed, but because your own wiring makes you believe you need them back.
And so that's why it's very important that after a few months, you observe. You'll notice he makes longer eye contact and he can't look away. That's a sign. Now, if he's autistic and he always struggles making eye contact, so it's all about context, right? And usually the way that you create those moments is by absence, ironically. So remember, boring time, simple moments, no crack, you don't have to climb mountains, white people. No need to climb mountains, don't need to go to Mount Everest to have that deep experience, Melissa. You don't need to do that, Jennifer's Puerto Rican. You don't need to do that, Sophia, okay? All you gotta do is just have simple moments in normal elevation. You don't need to climb Mount Everest and have a Red Bull moment. Simple moments. The simpler, the better the brain works at recreating those memories. And so what happens is that one day you won't be there. One day you're gonna be absent. One day you're gonna maybe have to cancel a plan. And then in a state of low self-esteem, in a state of sadness and disappointment, the memories become even more amplified, more intense. And it might get to the point, it might reach a fever pitch when this happens. But it only happens in your absence. In fact, it might happen during moments when you pull away and during moments of sleep. Remember, when you go to sleep, usually when you fall in love with someone, you wake up in love. You don't fall asleep in love, but you wake up in love. You fall in love and then you wake up. So you fall in love, you go to sleep after a good date, you had a great moment, and then you have a dream of them. Similar to a crackhead who smokes crack, is trying to quit crack, but then now because he has so much craving for crack, he starts having dreams of doing crack. He's like, oh my God, I did crack. I'm doing the Harlem Shake. Oh my God. And he wakes up and it's like, oh, no, that was just a dream, right? That dream happens because the emotions are getting intense on at the unconscious level. The guy is not aware of a lot of the times he's falling in love because of your presence. Presence causes people to not be aware of the unconscious thing that's happening within them. But only when you create space and go to sleep, and remember, when you go to sleep, your unconscious memories and emotions become reconciliated, and if they get intense enough, they surface into a dream. So it's getting intense. He's falling in love, falling in love, falling in love. He goes to sleep, he doesn't know it. And during sleep, it reaches here, boom, dreams. And the dreams are like this, right? Like those moments, and they're very slow. And then in the dream, he's noticing he's feeling something. He wakes up, he's in love. And from then on, that's exactly how he's gonna think of you, how he's gonna remember you. He might remember you like eating together, but when in that memory, the end of every memory, that you guys are eating together, and then there's this. You guys are mountain climbing. This other mountain climb. You guys are mountain climbing, and then you do this, right? Like, and you're Maria, you're playing basketball with him, and then you look at each other, right? Eye contact is the thing that every healthy person that doesn't objectify you will have as the primary mode of remembering you. You remember that even with your parents. If your parents, God forbid, die, you're gonna remember those moments that come like this, eye contact. So that's why it's very important to make that, because when you look at a child, if you have a big baby, when you look at it, that's gonna be something that's making that eye contact is gonna get deeply ingrained in a guy. This works best if you're lesbian, because lesbians love making eye contact and guys don't, but it works with everyone. So remember, boring time, over time, those moments, you have intense emotions as you have boring time, and those memories become reconciliated, and you start to unconsciously feel feelings for them, right? And remember, they have to have the capacity to like you. And the last thing is that when you pull away, you cancel a date, you know, you inflict some pain, you make him think he's losing you. And then when that happens, in that distance, he's gonna start to remember you. And it'll happen most likely in the morning, right? Where those emotions get at a fever pitch, they enter your dream world, you start to have a dream with them, which means that your brain starts to put those unconscious emotions into your consciousness. Then you wake up with those emotions consciously, or you're being consciously aware of those emotions. That's how men fall in love. Men fall in love through emotional sex. They fall in love through emotional sex, plain and simple. I know nobody has ever taught you guys that, but that's a real thing, all right? Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. This is not a toxic video. This is not a toxic video, man. And I'm gonna make this video, and tomorrow we're making another one. I know it breaks the channel rule, but I was so excited to make this video. Check out the previous video about men fall in love. What is it? I think men fall in love in your absence, actually. And after that, we talked about how men fall in love. So go check out those videos. Those are highly researched videos, and those videos are facts, especially the absence one, since you're watching this. Take care.
If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys can check out my other courses that are more in-depth and more profound, such as the Psychological Game of Attraction, which is a course for women who are single, Natural Chemistry, which is a self-help course on women on how to build how to embrace their masculine energy, how to embrace their feminine energy, Natural Chemistry, which is a course for women who are in relationships, Charisma Blueprint, which is a course on how to build charisma, Emotional Mastery, which is a course on how to become emotionally resilient. It's pretty much, I teach you what I use to manifest my current life, to be honest with you. And you could purchase them all by joining the Mindful Attraction University, where you could purchase all of my courses. Usually all of my courses are $99. If you purchase all of them, you could get, I believe is $3.99. You could purchase them all. And there you'll be able to get access. And if you don't like the course, you guys can get a refund from Father Alex. Father Alex doesn't scam his subscribers. Father Alex is here to help. So if you guys feel like this video helped, trust me, you will like the course, because it's very rarely that the courses that you purchase from me don't work for that, whatever you're trying to. A lot of people purchase natural chemistry to improve their relationships with their partners, and it works. There's plenty of testimony. Just go to the website, Psychological Game of Attraction. If you're single and you apply that course, you won't be single for long, right? I'm telling you, if you're somebody who's overly masculine or you have too much feminine energy, check out the feminine woman. It'll teach you how to balance it so that you could have that sensation where you're feminine, but there's strength emanating from you, right? I mean, too many women have that feminine energy, but it emanates as weakness. I'm here to teach you guys how to use your masculine so that you could strengthen and show that feminine energy without really looking way too masculine or way too feminine. And that allows you to have that beautiful balance that men respect, but also find attractive, right? So you can purchase it right now by clicking on the description down below, and I'll see you guys inside. Take care.